And we want to give a great, beautiful, good evening to everyone that is watching from around the world as NR Night in America returns once again here in the month of July. The first stream of July at that, as we just got off of area the week before. This schedule is going to be interesting. Yes, we do have multiple drivers getting ready to race, rumble with all of you watching back at home. 3 races guaranteed tonight. That's what we did go ahead and talk about. And now we get ready to look high above Chicago Street, a car track combo that debuted for the first time in 2022. Gavin Austin and others, so many that you know well, are ready to roll because opportunities to be in the next e-ticket event are on the horizon. A lot of drivers have joined in. Matter of fact, I think the most for any Chicago street race we have ever had. Get ready to see if they have what it takes to duel when it matters the most. And we are all going to be watching live high above here in the Chicago Street area, Metro Chicago. Let's get ready to go racing with NR Night in America. One race. That will be this one. Following that, we go to the Music City. That's for round number 2 in the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway with the ARCA Menard Series. And then Legacy Trucks will be working its way to Daytona International Speedway. That for round number 3. Drivers already working their way around the track. 12 turns make up this street course. The first street course ever to come out with the NASCAR Cup Series. And we're so glad to have so many with you. We're looking now at the live chat below, seeing exactly what you're saying. Eric W., how are you? Saw the gifted membership earlier. Very grateful for that, indeed. A lot of drivers. Once again, the driver demand has not stopped. It has been well on its way. You see Riker Byram ripping around. You see more drivers coming in. Sean Rowe, already saw him. Lane Sanders, Jackson Byes. With just over 3 minutes remaining, we're going to go ahead and speak with some of the drivers ready to go with us as we get ready to ride. And some of them, yes, able to race Chicago Street. Others waiting for a later event. Let's talk with Daniel Mostelli. He set the quickest time in practice. Most John Ramos, you got a copy?
Oh, man.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm doing my lap.
All right. Well, I mean, right now you're the fastest driver on track. Chicago Street, has it changed at all since 2022?
Well, the next-gen tires wear now, so hitting for tires is actually going to be something.
Really?
Not going to see people staying out and doing all that stuff.
Hitting for tires, anything with this track that's changed since the most recent update?
No, this is the next-gen, the way it handles the tire model. That's really it. Nothing with the track.
All right, well, turning laps here. Who's going to be your biggest competitor, you believe?
I think Van Drunkman. That's a safe bet.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look away from him. Just won a neat ticket event back there in March on a road course. That was Le Mans. We're going to be chiming in and out with drivers. Most good luck. One in. Let's go in and speak with Van Drugman. Him and Mostelli are actually in the thumbnail. Van Drugman, John Ramos, you got a copy?
Sir.
Let's go ahead and chat about it just a little bit. Mostelli said you're probably going to be the biggest competition tonight here at Chicago Street. Do you believe that?
So, I mean, over horse racing, I mean, only representing, right? So.
Repeat that again.
Yeah, I love road racing. I mean, I've always been naturally feel like I'm good at it. You know, I'm the only road course e-ticket winner, right? So.
Exactly. Big opportunity to do big things. Just over a minute remaining. We're looking at it. Jacob Quills quickly to the top of the board. You go second, Mostelli third, and Wilkerson fourth. Top 4 within a second of each other. You really don't get that with the road course qualifying. It's usually more separated. Van Drugman, good luck. And we'll go ahead and head over to the next ones ready to go ahead. Rock, roll, and rumble. Lane Sanders with Controller Bros. Sanders, John Ramos, you got a copy?
What up, John? How are you?
You know, I love interviewing you for a couple reasons. Your mic is actually loud enough.
Oh, it is. Let's see. I just finished my lap. Wow, I was 5 seconds faster. Look at that.
Look at that, and that actually places you 9th. Chicago Street, man, it's not your first time being here. What does it take to possibly drive to survive?
Drive to survive. You're either really ahead of it, John, or you're out of the way. Really don't. do anything. This is the one track that I consistently always EOL at, but I think I'm going to try something different. Maybe if not a lot of people qualify, we'll just run it and see how it goes. I'm usually very careful when it comes to this. You know, being on a controller and seeing how the next gen is really, I'll put it, the brake pedal, you gotta have an egg under the egg pedal. You gotta have an egg under the brake pedal, if you know what I mean. Or coming around here, especially coming around the first heavy braking zone, down there in turn 3, and then going down the back straight, and then that left-hander, the fountain. The fountain is very scary, but if we survive and get like a top 15, I've been able to do that at road courses recently. Now I say that it's not doing that bad, but you never know. If we survive in a top 15, I'll be very happy.
Be very happy.
I'm waiting on Daytona, because I have some business with Legacy Trucks at Daytona to take care of.
Ooh, all right, that's going to be fun to see. Lane Sanders getting ready to rock and roll with us. He will be running here with the Chicago Street Race. Viewers filing on in, we say hello and welcome. If you're new and you love the action here tonight, feel free to subscribe with notifications on. We just had a stream last night, that with the Area Cup Series now today. Here with Chicago Street being round number 1. 3 races guaranteed tonight. The last stream of the week, as I'll be headed north to Whittemore, Michigan. You can catch my in-person broadcast live on Racing America and Track TV. Getting ready to rock and roll. We'll go ahead and see the starting lineup located just to the left side of your screen. To see where we're going to start this one off. Yes, it does have the NWP overlays on, as the NWP 400 is soon to come. That will be this August with the duels and the e-ticket event. The Hoosier 400 also coming out this year. Jacob Quill will lead us to green with Van Drugman to his outside. Daniel Mosteller and Sean Rowe making up row number 2. Wilkerson and Basin, row 3. Michael Mitchum and I believe that is Christian Zade in row number 4. Myers and Benton making up row number 5. Eric Limbombard with Hendricks makes up row 6. Josh Kenyon and Carlos Truth in row 7. Jackson Buys right up with Jones in row number 8. Row number 9, Lane Sanders with Burschitz. I believe Frank DeAngelis and Keith Ingram in row number 10. Max Dinda with Leach make up row number 11. Gavin Austin and Brett Bucari, row number 12. Davis and Hanson, row 13. Brown and Yahir Rodriguez in row 14. Bryson Bird and Agino in row 15. Ascar and Chad Thornquist make up row 16. Byram, Aceto, Tobin, Lear, Boyer with Cartledge, and Freeman and Crawley make up the 20 rows that will decide today's round 1 of NR Night in America. 25 lap feature, 12 turns, mostly 90-degree corners. Get ready to rock and roll all with you. Bryce Benton in 10th, Mason C. Jones, newcomer, but Jacob Quill going on the pole. First time he's done it on the streets with Van Drugman and Daniel Mosteller. Let's talk about it. We went through turns 1 and 2. This is the sweeper of 3 before they're hard back on the brakes in turn number 4, just after the Xfinity mobile turn. Then you got the little bit of a short shoot to turn 5. That long back straightaway makes it up to turn 6. You'll see turn 6 in just a moment. This is the shoot from turn 4 to then turn 5. The long straightaway. Turn 6, you see it there before the drivers have to go over the hill, over the train tracks, before making their way to a right-hander at turn 7. The fountain corner of turn 8, 9, and 10, before a couple right-handers of turn 11 and 12. Just something about racing in the streets that gets you excited. Let's get ready to ride. As the viewers start filing on in, we say hello and welcome. Just 10 minutes past the top of the hour. As the drivers work their way through turns 8, 9, and 10. And our night in America, so glad to be back with you. Quill and Drugman, Mosteller and Rowe. Wilkerson and company all preparing for green. You get the right-hander, turn 11, before turn 12, 25 laps of street racing with 40 drivers strong. You'll see where they're all placed on the left side of your screen. Dylan Basin in the 11, you see him already with a couple blinks. Back in row number 3, we'll keep an eye on it and monitor. Let's do it. For many years, we've now been street racing at our night in America. Let's light the fuse from the Chicago Street Course. Trouble Lane Sanders, hard and into the inside wall. Collects many like Carlos Truther, caution will wave right away. Oh my goodness, what a hit. And right when we got started, Sanders turned just a couple hundred feet from the finish. Heavy damage to the right side of his car. Let's watch back. It's like he got loose in front of Gavin Austin. We're suspecting maybe he did spin the tires. You're in Mosteller talk about a tire wear is going to mean something in this race compared to others. And a huge impact. Caution out to start. A lot of damage on Lane Sanders. Van Drugman will come back to the line with Jacob Quill, Daniel Mosteller. We'll now hear with Lane Sanders to hear what happened. Sanders, John Ramos, what occurred?
I got dumped. As usual. I took the green, and the moment I took the green, I moved down to get a good spot in turn 1, and then that Max Dyna kid, he fenced me while we were pacing. And I had to turn down somebody in Discord, and then, he decided he wanted to be a little funny, so then I had to start with damage, and now this. When I find him, John, it's not going to be pretty. So
when did you get dumped? Was it just on the initial start?
It was just on the initial start. I was next to the wall. It's like I moved probably half a lane over, and then here he came, here he came out of nowhere, just straight up turned me. Like I didn't even. He turned left because he moved over on the start. He turned left to get me. So it's like fixing the car, and then we're going to take care of this mess. I promise you that.
All right. Yeah, we just saw the replay there. Do you suspect maybe it could have been you spinning the tires at all?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we lost
Well,
lane.
they won the green?
Sorry, say that again?
I said, oh, they won the green? I didn't know they won the green. I was going to fix the car.
Do you suspect that maybe it was you spinning the tires?
No, he dumped me. That's simple.
All right. Well.
He has a little potty mouth on him. We'll take care of that too.
All right. Lane Sanders not very happy with what did occur. We're gonna get the one to go here, and we'll go ahead and drag him back to the chat. 3 laps into this race, and what is this? Jacob Quill with damage, who was your race leader. Somehow the leaders have crashed him and Van Drugman. It's after they came to pit road. Oh no. Drivers spinning from the back half of the field. They came on in. Van Drugman and Mosteller will restart as the front runners as Jacob Quill involved in an incident, couldn't see what was just ahead of the curb. So we'll try it again. Pit road full of machines, others just trying to get their laps back as the leaders do size up 2 by 2. Basin, Sean Rowe, Josh Kenyon, Zare, and Michael Mitchell. I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to get formed up here before we get back green. Making sure everybody's in the right position. Van Drugman and Dana Mosteller, Dylan Basin, Jacob Wilkerson, Rowe, Mitchum, Kenyon, Zare, with Austin and Myers as the top 10. Let's get ready to ride. Ford versus Chevrolet, that is row number 1. With the restart zone to attempt the start once again here at the street race in Chicago. Matt Green from Illinois. This time single file into turns 1 and 2. Gavin Austin, you saw him get loose. Mosteller, Van Drugman. Hold rank off the second turn into the sweeper, turn 3. Dylan Basin blinking in third. Jacob Wilkerson back and forth. Mitchum, Rose, Zare, Finnegan, Myers in 8th. Josh Kenyon in 9th. Gavin Austin finding his way into 10th. Now I saw the slip up. From 6 to 7, Mosteller is there, but just can't make the lunge to the inside before the fountain turn. Back to 8, 9, and 10. And what these drivers have been able to do. First lap completed under green. It's Ford leading the way. Chevrolet in second. Toyota in third. We did get that one caution under the belt. Away they go. No guarantee of another caution in this race. Right front damage on Van Drugman. The only driver to win a road course e-ticket. See the blinking from Dylan Basin. A warning soon to be going out for the 11. Just back to the throttle, turn 5. No big change. Deeper in the field, Christian Zare to the inside of Finnegan Myers. Austin back into 11th. Hendricks, Ben all single filed out. Bryson Bird as well. But the question is coming, when's the change out of the leaders? And Basin continues to blink. You just know he's not going to be able to last much longer unless they get that thing fixed and fixed in a hurry. He's actually impeding Wilkerson from possibly making a move. Basin closes on. The top 3 manufacturers all running Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota. Mose is there, just cannot make the charge. Looks one way, back the other. Gets to the inside of Drugman, holds even to the shoot of 1 and 2. Crossover attempt. Heads to turn 3. Brake rotors glowing, left front of Van Drugman's 12. Basin in trouble. Here comes Wilkerson. Then there's Mosteller. Already pulled alongside the 12 ones. One slip up for Van Drugman's machine and the 87 will pounce. Both these drivers have won e-ticket events this year. Only 3 drivers have won e-ticket events this year. Van Drugman, a 2-time e-ticket champion. Mosteller, a 4-time e-ticket champion. Both of Van Drugman's e-tickets coming in 2025. And we're going to watch this battle immensely to see what they've been able to do. Deeper in the field, there's Benton. Gavin Austin's dropped back to 14th. Riker Byram in 18th. No big change. We watch the leaders again. Dylan Basin. He's there in 3rd. Smoke ahead of the leaders. Lap traffic. And this is going to play a role. Van Leer goes wide in the fountain turn, allows the leaders to go by. But Mose is just crowding the back end of Van Drugman's Ford. And we can confirm Kenny Reel has never won an e-ticket event. Yes, I am reading the live chat. Want to say hello to everyone. 7 turns to 8, 3/10 still the difference. Sean Rose in the 5th position. Michael Mitchum is in 6th. Zarate in 7th, and Yair Rodriguez's new paint scheme sits in the 8th spot. Oh, I do love that Wendy's car. So how does Van Drugman get through the lap traffic? Most of them are getting up out of the way. There's now clear daylight to turn 6. But already just 22 drivers remaining on the lead lap. Uphill from 6 down to 7. He's there. He's to the back bumper. And you can tell Demos has had a lot of time at this track, right? Because there's really no room for error. And how he's been racing it, you can tell since 2022, he has been one of those drivers consistently getting laps turned here. Dylan Basin starts to drop back. He's in 3rd. Continues to blink. Jacob Wilkerson, 3-7. 3-6 as well, now trying to gain into the chute of 1 and 2. Michael Mitchum, trouble. Was that the move of Christian Zarate? It was. Zarate with a spin off the nosy Yair Rodriguez. No oncoming traffic, we stay green. And just when you thought the 87 maybe lost a little bit of track position to Van Drugman, you say, I think not. Closes the gap again. Basin, Rowe, Wilkerson. Mosteller's still 3/10. Ten laps in of the 25-lap feature, 16 laps to go. Mason blinks in third, but is in no harm's way from other drivers, so no penalty. Wilkerson in row. Easy in, easy out. Down to 2/10 now. Lap traffic, Frank DeAngelis. Has been put in the way. Now Dylan Basin gets out of the way through the fountain turn. Oh, Mosteller is there. Now can he make the pass? Drug into the wall. So is the 87. $15 to go. There's no point in watching the back half of the field. I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. This top two, maybe top four, if something is amiss. Two tenths, nearly 3/10. Wilkerson in row. Oh, Sean Rowe just catching the inside wall. Perfect time for an onboard. Michael Mitchell around Finnegan Myers. That's 6th and 7th. There's Yahir Rodriguez back in 8th. We'll show the top 20 remaining on the left side of your screen. Lap traffic, and a lot of it ahead of the race leader. Jackson buys. Brett Puncari. Puncari getting up out of the way in 35. Diaz getting up into the outside wall. 14 to go. Mosteller, there's the move. To turn 2, underneath Van Drugman. Around goes the 8. Lap machine, we stay green. And Drugman's got to squeeze right. He's out, break him into turn 4. Up near the wall. No momentum out of the 87. He slides. Still can't clear Van Drugman. Now he does. Van to the outside. Gets alongside the 87. Nearly spins out the 6. He's in the wall. And here comes Dylan Basin. Gets 1. Wants 2. Elects to defend the 2nd spot. And Dylan Basin now rides P2 with 14 to go. Man, just crunched the right side of the 12. What was Ford versus Chevrolet, now Toyota versus Bowtie. With 14 laps to go. Basin trying everything. Drugman in 3rd, still a blink out of the 11. And with 13 laps to go, they still ride 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of blinking out of basin. Like, it's just not stopping. $13 to go, soon to be 12. Mosteller ahead, 6/10. After a move on Van Drugman. Remain. Lap traffic, Bryson Bird. Goes alongside and out of the way. Van Drugman gets collected in turn for the 3rd position. Caution away with oncoming traffic. And we're going to have a restart. Let's watch the replay. Van Drugman's 12. And then lap traffic. No, actually was not a part of it at all. It looked like when we saw the camera that Bird got into Drugman, blocks in front of oncoming traffic. That was for position. And the caution will wave. Expect the 12 to have to come to pit road at some point. Or maybe pull to the rear. Because he was the initial root cause of the issue of the yellow. So the field comes to a slow. We expect multiple drivers to get their laps back. And now we get to go ahead and speak with guys. Frank DeAngelis, are you out of the race?
No, we are fighting.
There you are, 14, so you get your lap back. What do you think?
This is not for me. I'm not good at this. My main goal was to just keep it in one piece, and by doing that, I've gotten to the top 15. I ran my fastest lap of the race on lap 12. Went from like 7 seconds off to like 4, so getting faster.
All right. Well, since it is so tough to race here, what are you kind of expecting now?
Another caution.
Really? We usually don't get more than 1 or 2 here. But then again, we usually have 30 guys racing, not 40.
I don't know. Most of the suspects are out of the race. Yeah, there'll probably be one. Maybe not a caution, but there'll be some incidents on the first lap or so on the restart. That might be the caution.
All right.
I'm not fast enough to be top 5, so I'm just gonna.
All right. Well, you see Jackson Byes going around, getting a lap back. We're gonna get the 1 to go this time by. Is there an off chance where Frank DeAngelis can finish in the top 10 here?
We're gonna need some more wrecks.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Frank DeAngelis. We'll drag him back and drag in now that of Yaya. Yaya Rodriguez, you're running 8th. Caution comes out. How crucial is this for you?
I mean, I just spun the tire, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably pitting right now. Yeah, after starting 28th, I was a little bit like focused on wanting to get as much position as I could. yeah, this pit stop is gonna help me. I got nose damage because of some lap car. I don't know if I'm gonna fix it, but maybe a set of tires will help me push forward.
Yeah, tires were clearly becoming an issue at this point in the race. Do you think it's going to continue to be an issue later, or with this late caution? You missed pit road.
You know what? Yeah, I missed my pit stop because I forgot to. I started from the back. Probably just.
So are you going to stay out, or are you going to stay in? How's this going to work?
I'm probably going to stay out. I mean, I don't think tires will mean that much, but let's see what happens.
And see what happens. All right, you're going to be with Dylan Basin. Mosteller, I think, is going to be third. Dylan Bason's got the blinking warning. If he does not fix it, he will get an L1 soon, from what it looks like.
Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully it's not too much detriment to me, but let's. I don't think I'm going to spin the tires yet. I'll probably hold the lead for like lap 2. I don't know how much the nose damage didn't seem to affect me a lot, but I guess we'll just see from here.
All right. We're going to see that there's a good chance that Dylan Basin should be getting this as an L1 penalty. That would put Mosteller in the front row. Who would you rather start side by side with you, Mosteller or Basin?
I know Demos is. I know Demos a lot more in the road courses. Dylan Basin, I know from ovals. Really, I don't know what to expect from Dylan Basin. So I'd say maybe Demos, since I know how he races a little bit more. So yeah.
Oh, there he is. He'll be right on the front row with you. Back at loss there for the 11. Yair Rodriguez will be leading us to green. Let's get ready to restart this race. The streets of Chicago. Attrition from the middle to the back half of the pack. Business as usual up front. To turn 12. Rodriguez and Mose with the bow ties lead us to the restart zone. We're back underway. Sean Rose sideways, same with Wilkerson. Rodriguez holds the lead for now. Mosteller to the back bumper. And somehow was able to scoot away. He's not now on the straightaways. That's where the 87 has him beat. One sideways, 47 deep in the field. Keith Ingram. Rodriguez misses turn 6. Here's the move into turn 7. Long way around. Switch back inside. Gonna try it again. Turn 11 to turn 12. Mitchum sideways in front of Gavin Austin. Rodriguez on the bottom. Slips up. Full advantage, 87. Mosteller leads again. And Christian Sare moves into the second position. Sean Rowe into third. Multiple drivers deeper in the field. You see them. Gavin Austin lined up, single file. Rodriguez, P4, Sean Rowe, P3. Sorry in second. And Mose has scooted away with 8 to go. Rowe goes one way. Tries to cut back the other. And finds the wall. 2 seconds the difference between Sean Rowe and Daniel Mosteller. Could Toyota catch Chevy? Now you see the gap. I mean, it was close on entry, but not on exit. 2-2, Eric W. gifting 5 memberships. Gets one to Basin, the best sim racer. Rob Wall with Jet and Derek Hammer. Want to say thank you again, Eric W. Two seconds. They're now fading again. Now it's from 6 to 7, back to 8. Ooh, sorry, got right in the wall. You saw it there. Six to go for Mose in E7. We'll watch the battle for third. A peek by Yahir Rodriguez. Wasn't really able to do much. Six to go. Will be 5 to go. And there's the separation. Lock up, Zara, he's in the fence. And Yahir Rodriguez gets tagged as well. Rodriguez under Zari, he'll take up P3. Sean Rowe continues to fade with what will be 5 laps to go. Wilkerson, Finnegan, Myers. Battle for 5th. Austin and Mitchum following this. We go to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway before racing at Daytona International Speedway with the Legacy Trucks. Three seconds make up the difference. Single file, one to the outside wall. That's Zare. Now he's done. Drops back to 6. Wilkerson up to 4th. Yahir Rodriguez in the 3rd. 5 to go, soon to be 4. Mitchum P7, Gavin Austin P8. Oh, ho, ho. Punch to the back end of Michael Mitchum was for the 2. And they're struggling. Mosteller, the race leader. Sean Rowe has made up time. There's Jackson Byes in the 21. With Sean Rowe trying to close the gap. Still just over 2.5 seconds. But with 3 laps to go, since most found his way around Rodriguez, it's really been smooth sailing minus the lap traffic and impending challenges not being from maybe one going after his position. Three to go. Over 3 seconds. Through turn 6 to turn 7. Want to say thank you to everybody that's dropped a like on this stream. 3 races guaranteed tonight. Get over 200 likes, could have a race 4. So keep that all in mind. Uphill back down. Sean Rowe not able to close the gap. On what they have all going on. 2 laps to go for Daniel Mosteller. Down the back into turn 6. Once again, after this race, Chicago Street will come to a close, and we're racing at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Great racing action still to follow. Running in, running out. Trying different things, different changes. Nearly a 4-second gap for the driver of the 87. He'll see the white flag this time by Salamanca. 1 to go for the streets of Chicago. Wouldn't be his first time since he's won at this track. Had challenges in Van Drugman, challenges in Dylan Basin, Yahir Rodriguez. Fending, doing what they can. From turn 3 to turn 4, but some things just do not change. 40 drivers entered, so many more wanted to join. And now here he is. Uphill, headed back down into turn 7. From being on the dead end of the stick before, being moved to winning a race, following a couple races, the legacy of Daniel Mosteller continues here at the streets of Chicago. Final corner, final turn, checker flag waving. Mosteller wins it in Illinois. Sean Rose second, Finnegan Myers will fight Jacob Wilkerson. That's the battle for third. Myers brings it home. Zare, Gavin Austin, a lot of damage to them. Oh, I think that's going to keep him out of Nashville. With what Gavin Austin did, Zare, never mind. Zare gets back out in front. Austin does not get the spot. 6th and 7th. Let's go talk to the winner. Mosteller, once again, congratulations.
Thanks.
You won it. The restart was important. How did you get it done?
Yeah, I felt like I got put behind the eight ball qualifying. I felt like I was the fastest car among everyone, and I talked to me, and I doubled my lap. So I wasn't up in the front like I had hoped, but yeah, it was a really good race with the van. I think he had some damage from catching the field after the first yellow, and the 2 meters crashed. They were way up ahead of me. And I think he had some damage on the whole of the back, but it was a really good race, and it was amazing to size up a pass, especially in this track where it's extremely hard to pass someone up at the front where, you know, the skill gap is super close, super tight. That felt really good to make the pass. I think if that went green there, I think Dylan would have given me a run for my money. I kind of burned up my tires a little bit racing van, and he was right behind me after I completed the pass, so that would have been cool to see how it played out. But yeah, that final race started was just taking my time because all of my competition had fallen, so I was just taking my time with me here, and then once I got by him, I just took it about 80%, making sure I didn't make any mistakes, and just keeping on the track and high level.
Well, it was fun to see you go to victory lane once again. We head to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway right after this. Matter of fact, just in a couple of moments, we're actually putting the session up now. You got a couple e-tickets coming back, right? You're now a 4-time e-ticket winner. Is the Drive for 5 alive for the Hoosier 400, maybe the NWP 400?
I put my money on the NWP. A fun little stat that I was looking back at some other races. With the next-gen car, since 2024, I have been top 3 on the white flag every single time.
Really?
Every single time.
In every e-ticket that we've had with the next-gen?
Since 2024, yeah, dating back to Florida 500 last year.
Wow.
I've been top 3 last lap, which I thought's pretty cool. It showcases the just the sheer consistency of.
So taking the white flag or on the white flag at some point?
Taking the white flag, or on, but both, really. I'm pretty sure it's taking the white flag.
Wow. Something to note. Yeah, I'm going to have to note that now. We're going to have to note that. I think you have to keep it alive because we have 2 next-gen e-tickets coming up, one after another.
Yeah, I think Indy in a couple weeks, that'll be iffy for my standards. I don't think I'm a favorite going into that. I tend to struggle with the next gen, especially on intermediates. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see. Then again, I didn't consider myself up there for Indiana, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, and it all really did work out when it did matter the most. Congratulations on your win, and we'll see if you continue to win tonight. We got 2 races guaranteed. 2 more races to go guaranteed. Unless we get some likes, that is up to the viewers watching back at home. 80 laps at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. That is soon to come. With the ARCA Menard Series, we know that's going to go in and fill the seats. We know that's going to fill the car track combo. We may have to put a limit on how many we have take the green flag, but yes, 80 laps. That's what we have it as. Session is up. Password is IDK. We'll bring it to our studios here in Nashville, Tennessee for just a moment. And we'll go ahead and talk to some drivers, look at the live chat, see what the viewers are thinking. How are you all doing on this beautiful Tuesday evening? We're starting to do a lot more back-to-back streams just because we don't know when we'll be able to stream again, right? You know, like after this, tomorrow for myself, a lot of media, from very early in the morning to very late at night, and then packing the bags and headed north because we got a race 4th of July at Whittemore. Well, it's not on 4th of July, it's the 5th of July. And that 5th of July town, I think I know what song I'm using for my personal Instagram. Called Long Night Letting Go. Love that song. Talks about a 5th of July town. Matter of fact, we were racing in a 5th of July town, so I'm really excited for that one. Mosteller, congratulations on the win. We're going to go ahead and talk to Braden Mulvey that got to see Most go to victory lane. Braden, I want to talk to you because last time you came to Nashville with this car track combo, you almost won the race. What do you think about the ARCA car?
I have a love-hate relationship with the new ARCA car. Some tracks, it is pretty good, pretty fun to drive with iRacing's notoriously tight setups.
Oh.
But some tracks, it is one of the most unfun things I've ever driven, but this thing excels at short tracks, so
okay.
we're going to do a short track.
Oh, it's going to be fun. When are you coming to Nashville? Like, when are you coming to the city of Nashville? When am I going to get you to go to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway?
When you work for either Fox or Prime or TNT or whatever, and you get me hot passes, because I've been telling you for 4 years, the second you get that TV role, you are my hot pass guy. So.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll never forget. I'll never forget that infamous moment last year when I had a high-end production TV broadcast, and you heard me call Stacey Crane junking the outside wall at Nashville. He went, "Oh yes, you will be my hot pass guy."
Yep. Use some different words, but yeah, that gets it. Point across. You're my hot pass guy. But yeah, this car excels at short tracks, especially when it's hot. But yeah, well, I had a good chance of winning this one last time. I think we all remember what happened last time, though.
I think you crashed.
No, I didn't crash, actually. The Michael Mitchum or whatever one of the same person at this point. One of them jumped the restart when I was leading. I doored them off the track in turn 1, and then they self-spawn off of turn 2, and I got EOL'd for it. So.
Oh, so you initiated the crash?
No, I doored him in turn 1. He was fine, and then he self-spawned on the straightaway.
Is that what happened?
About 4.5 seconds after I touched him, yes.
Well, you know, there's always agree and disagree. I mean, you saw it there at Chicago Street where, you know, Lane felt like he got wrecked, and others believe that he did not get wrecked, that he possibly self-spun.
No, that was a pure loss of talent.
Well, I'm just saying, like, agree to disagree. Like, you know, there's certain situations that come up like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I love racing at the fairgrounds on iRacing. Like, well, if we don't have like a million cautions, it's great. And also, we're doing this because we were supposed to have a race at Nashville on Saturday, and it got rained out. But I did turn laps. Did you see me turn laps at the track?
I did.
That was pretty cool. We were jamming out to just music, Ryan and I, and turning laps, trying to dry the track. And I'm like, this track does not have to dry for like the next hour. I don't care. Let me keep hooking and ripping, you know? And I was choosing everything. Middle lane, inside lane. I almost shoved the chase car into the outside wall as I was driving the pace car. I thought it was pretty interesting. I had a pretty good Saturday.
Yeah, there's a... Speaking of music, might as well bring the music car to the Music City.
Music. Okay, so you have a new paint scheme, I heard.
No, I've used this one. This is the one I drove last time, so it needs redemption.
The pink one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
this paint scheme is like 6 months old, and I've only won an NR once this year, so...
Oh, redemption. So you think you're going to get number 2 here?
Hopefully.
All right. It's going to be fun to see.
This is what happens when you don't iRace every day, like... some people.
Hey, at one point, you were ripping and kicking in NR9. Like, you couldn't stop winning.
Yeah, that's when I was, like, playing it the most. And now I play it.
So what's been new with you? What have you been doing recently?
I mean, mostly it's really and then
Are you doing
Yeah,
summer for college?
no, this is my break time. that
okay.
spring sucked because once you go to Daytona, the rest of the
You don't want to
school
go
year,
home. Oh no, you don't want to go back to school.
No, I don't want to do school after I go. Like I feel like Daytona is like the end of my.
That's the
school
problem.
year.
So that's the problem with every time we go to Daytona. It's getting better and better.
It gets better every year. It makes me not want to do school when I get back for like 3 weeks.
Like we have
But I
yet
still
to
do it
have
anyway.
a Daytona trip that has not gotten better, and something's telling me next year is going to be even crazier. Like,
Yeah, because everyone who's not 21 yet is going to be 21.
oh
Which means we're
no.
going to be buying a lot of Mountain Dew. And Mountain Dew only.
I mean, this year's Daytona trip was just like uncharacteristically like good. Like I literally told myself, like, come to 500, I'm like, this could be the most boring race ever, and it still will be like a top 10 race that I go to because of how much fun we had at Daytona this year. A lot are going to Coke Zero. I will not be going to Coke Zero, by the way. I'll be in Jennerstown for a broadcast.
The first week of school.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we'll not be doing that. What else are you hitting the rest of the year? You still have Iowa, right?
Yep, we went to Iowa for the Cup race.
Highway
First week in
boy.
August. Yep. But I'm actually going for the whole weekend because I don't work that weekend.
Oh.
I might try going to one of the playoff races. Probably Kansas, so I'm just going out for the weekend. It's somewhat close.
Cool.
And then, yeah, I was working at Elko still.
When's the Midwest race at Elko?
September.
Ooh. Are you gonna try to get on track TV again? So we can
Yeah.
watch back. So we can watch back on it.
Yeah, I'm doing everything in my power to get on TV last year, and I did. My bum ass got second.
Jacob Quill has been on one recently. I don't know what's going on here, but he's kind of becoming the next Jackson Carr.
Qualifying merchant.
Yeah, the qualifying merchant. There's nothing wrong with being a qualifying merchant. It's fun. You get
I'm
a
the
TV
worst,
time.
like, it's so funny that I'm like so awful at qualifying that sometimes at short tracks I just put down a heater and I can't overheat it during the race.
So you got a couple races. You're going. Are you not going to the Brickyard? I heard.
Absolutely not. I would not waste my money going to that race.
I can't wait for.
I went to the Indianapolis 500 this year for the first time, which means I did the Daytona 500 and Indianapolis 500 same year, which is cool. Stayed up literally all night. I worked 10 hours the day before. Drove through the night to Chicago, then to Indianapolis. Got there at 10 a.m. Then the race started.
What did you think of that
And
race?
It was the worst 500 since 2018. It was the second worst 500 since 2009. So
Wow.
that's what I deserve. I deserve it.
You didn't like the race at all.
It was not good. It was too cold. Handling didn't matter enough. We see it at Atlanta. If handling matters, you're gonna get a better race. So,
This was technically the first month of May. Yeah, it is the first month of May I've worked at the track. So unfortunately, I did not get any of the Indy 500 merch. Maybe next year.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
next year.
smart. I'm not. I do not like Pocono. I've never liked Pocono, and this Indianapolis has 4 tunnel turns, which is the worst corner. In
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
entire
make
sport.
this out. I have to probably try Pocono at some point because everyone keeps saying how fun Pocono is in person, and I really am kind of buying into that.
I think they mean everything besides the racing.
I mean, the racing isn't terrible.
Oh, it's really I hadn't watched a Pocono race since 2018, and it is worse than it was in 2018.
Really?
It was the worst track in this record in 2018. So,
It wasn't bad in 22.
I mean, after lap 3 of the restart, what happened?
Ryan Blaney hit the inside wall.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Pocono always ended up on the Iowa IndyCar weekend, and there's no internet in Newton, Iowa, so I would never be able to watch. But yeah, I watched this year, and after about 15 laps, I wanted to turn it off and go to bed.
Oh.
But yeah,
All right. Well, we're getting ready to fire back off again. Get ready to go back green. You are projected to be 5th. Aiden Walker will be leading us to green. What can we expect here? 80 laps.
80 laps.
36 cars.
Very fun and weird first half for the race, probably. Then we're gonna go green probably for 30 laps, and then there's gonna be a caution with like 8 to go, probably caused by Controller Bros Racing, and then.
And Controller Bros Racing's been getting punch after punch recently.
Because
Whoa, hold on, pause. Boeing flight plunges 26,000 feet. Spring Airlines.
Yeah, because their oxygen pressure system failed, and they had to get down so their people could breathe.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Just heard about
Yeah,
that.
we're going back to the thing about Pocono. Like, if it was like not a 20-hour drive away from me, and if it was maybe like 5 hours away, I would go to hang out with everyone for a weekend, and I wouldn't mind the racing, but I'm not flying anywhere to see a horrible race. So if I have to fly somewhere, I demand a good race, and Pocono will not deliver me that. So I don't see myself ever going to Pocono unless I'm going there for free. Same with the Brickyard 400.
I would say the Brickyard 400 in person is just a different beast.
I would rather never see Cup cars at that track ever again. I hated it when Gen 6 was a thing. I hated it. I hate it now.
Apparently, Las Vegas had a tornado.
Of course. Speaking of, also, Las Vegas. What an overrated racetrack.
Oh my gosh.
It is the weakest of the mile and a halves.
What's the greatest mile and a half right now?
Kansas.
What's the second greatest?
Atlanta.
Mile and a half, not a hybrid super speedway.
But it's a mile and a half, so it's Atlanta. And then Miami.
There you go.
And then I'd honestly put Texas above.
Texas is getting really good. I kind of want to go to Texas again.
Charlotte is actually, I'd actually put Charlotte in front of Miami. My fault.
All the mile and a halves are good now. I mean, I don't think Las Vegas is bad.
Except for Vegas. Nothing good ever happens in Vegas.
Well, you win some,
So
you
it's
lose
either a
some.
horrible Joey Logano win, or
Horrible
it's
Joey
too
Logano.
or it's too cold for anything to happen. And that's what happened. It's usually it's too cold.
All right, well, we're going to let you go because we're getting ready to go green. That is Braden Movick. Very opinionated Braden Movick. Walker, Mosteller, they'll get ready to lead us to green. We want to say hello to everybody that's been hanging out with us back at home. Let's get ready to ride. The one to go this time by. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Van Drugman, Aiden Walker. I've raced here multiple times. I have called multiple races at America's favorite short track. The 5/8, 18 degrees of banking in the corners, 3% on the straights. Getting ready to put on a show. Pace car will drop down and we're ready to go green. Toyota and Company line up 2 by 2 as they work their way to the start zone. Let's light the fuse for the Music City. Mosteller outside. Can he get to lead lap 1? He doesn't. Walker gets it. One sideways, Josh Kenyon. Look at Jacob Quill just right on the ragged edge. Whoa, Most gets in the wall. And Walker makes the bottom work. Walker leads lap 2. Jacob Quill, pressure from behind. That's Michael Mitchum. Lap traffic soon to be a source. Mosteller got into lane 2 over the Buford bump and just shot right to the lead. Now he's got to figure out what to do, right? Because Walker's still quick on that bottom. Can't make a mistake. Too easy to do that here. Braden Movick in the third. Jacob Quill in the fourth. Michael Mitchum in fifth. Pushing, shoving, pressuring on the bottom side of the racetrack. Joseph Tucker in the 24. Now on the scene of the 38. Top three under 4/10 of each other. Braden Movick, who felt like he should have won with this car track combo a couple months ago, now feels like he's owed one. Now with 75 laps to go, he's got some of the best short track drivers sitting in front of him. 1-2. Himself has won multiple short track races. Loose off turn 4, can't take that line. Walker again inside, not able to make it work. 36 drivers took the green flag in this race. So far have stayed caution-free. Really out of the ordinary here at Nashville Fairground Speedway with how tough this car track combo is. But what a show they've put on so far. And they've really actually mostly single filed out. We go back to Christian Delgado, Maximilian Bianco, Finnegan Myers, 2x2. You have Jacob Brown, Isaac Hendricks, Douglas Newbigging in 7. To the backside of Alexander Hendricks. One machine in the outside wall, Maximilian Bianco. Aidan Walker. What to do, what to do. He's closed back to the rear of the 87 of Moss Stellar. Outside lane has lap traffic. That's where Braden Movick has to find his way back around. Mitchum in 5th. As Jacob Quill in the 4th position. 70 to go. And already the first 10 laps, the opening has been just fantastic. Drivers choosing a different lane, either sliding up the embankment and biting back off, or rim right in the bottom, maybe even lane 2. We've seen lane 2 really become the source here today. As these heavy stock cars continue to turn laps. Mose, Walker, Movick, Quill, 1, 2, 3, 4. 68 to go. Nashville Fairground Speedway, pro late models make up the majority of the racing. On the 5/8s, that's on the local side. The super late models have 2 feature events every single year. The All-American 400 and the North-South Super Late Model Challenge. Biggest pro late model event of the year, should we say both of them, is the All-American 100 in November and the Battle of Broadway that is now currently taking place in May, originally in June. Walker lost the lead after Mosteller found his way around, but has been sitting with him stride for stride through turns 1 and 2, as well as turns 3 and 4. We'll try it again. Off turn 4, no make, no move. Multiple drivers already, multiple laps down. Left side of your screen, you'll see where the top 20 are running. Movick doing what he can to get the arc off the corner. Jacob Quill in 4th. Michael Mitchum in 5th. Joseph Tucker in 6th. Schmidt in 7th. Riker Byram in 8th. Trouble Frank DeAngelis. Turns the 35 into the inside wall. Darwin Mentz will park it on pit road, so we'll stay green. Jacob Quill. Oh, I thought maybe he was going to get a challenge to turns 3 and 4, but by the time we got to the onboard camera, Walker, Movick, both of them were out like a light. Michael Mitchum, winner at Charlotte. Just in the last stream. William Schmidt in 79. Riker Byram, the Whataburger, 99. Has actually considered coming to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway to attend, maybe take some photos for photography. Christian Delgado has seen a race at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. His first race ever was the Breast Cancer Awareness 100, where he saw Dawson Sutton bump and run that of Hunter Wright in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap. Following that race, Christian Delgado was in my car and we were heading south to Talladega, where we were greeted by Riker Byram at 4 o'clock in the morning after about 20 missed calls because he fell asleep. 60 to go. In a fight for the lead. Walker gets the push off turn 2. Closes to the back bumper, just not able to make it work again. Just look at how the nose lifts off the ground every time they run their way down the backstretch. .57 to go. Lot traffic now in lane 2. Moss Seller able to work underneath them. Well, that goes on. Braden Movick has company. Jacob Quill ready to dance. Way up out of the groove off turn 4, but somehow able to get a run down the front straightaway. These heavy stock cars, they have been able to make this track that is not progressively banked into a multi-groove racetrack, which has been really fun to watch. Eladon Contreras, lap traffic, soon to be in the way. Andres Vadas in 84. Right smack with him. Well, racing at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway was rained out this Saturday. Because of that, we had to improvise. Actually, part of the track drying crew myself. I know I do all the announcing with John Nix, Ryan Murphy, as there's 3 wide, 2 lap cars to the outside. Walker gets through. But as part of the track drying effort, they said, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "I had my notes done, media's done. We're just in a holding pattern. Get in the pace car, get some media content, and go help dry this track." Oh, did we help dry the track. It was about 100 laps ripping in the pace car around Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, a brand new Toyota Camry. And it was fun. We had the radio there in the center console just so we could be let know when to stop or not. I don't know how we knew when to stop because the music was blasting with Zach Bryan and just so many other country artists. It was a great time. Unfortunately, did not get the racing in. We did get rained out. But we will be back with racing in July. Jacob Quill in 3rd. On his way around Braden Movick. Movick drops back to 4th. Michael Mitchum into 5th. And some were not expecting this long of a green flag run. It's actually being caught by surprise. You can see how twitchy the 42 machine gets coming off turn 2 over the Buford bump. And for the ones that don't know, I know I already mentioned it once, the Buford bump in turn 2. Joe Buford is the most winningest driver on the big track, the 5/8, at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Also has 4 track championships. They said the reason why he won so much was because he was one of the only drivers to figure out the bump coming off turn number 2. So anytime a driver gets loose off turn number 2 and you see the nose come off the ground where that tunnel is located on the backstretch, well, they were just one of the drivers that have had to hit the Buford bump, and some can figure it out and others cannot. Look at the lap for lap and what Aiden Walker has been able to do. Has not left the 4/10 range. As 47 laps are still left on the board. Tire wear soon to become an issue with this old worn-out surface. One up out of the groove. What a save by the 42 as Andres Vadas was just nearly parked on the nose. Mitchum gets into Movick, gets the right sides up, and Movick goes around. Right in the middle of the field, and the caution will wave. A long green flag run to start this race. And it's incident. That brings us to a standstill. Let's watch back. Mitchum gets into him once. Tries to get underneath, gets into him twice. And then Foley got into him a third time. And look out. Finnegan Myers got through. Watch again. Cooper Glick. 32 machine, believe that is Zachary Steele. And has the nose completely ripped off. Caution waves for the first time. 43 laps to go. They got Jacob Brown as the race leader as he elected to not come to pit road. Daniel Mosteller, Adam Walker, Jacob Quill, Michael Mitchum, with William Schmidt, Joseph Tucker, and Riker Byram. They may be telling this 78 to possibly go to the tail end of the longest line. Hodge will be ready for green. And we're going to go ahead and delay the start to make sure they do get everything coordinated the way it needs to be. Jacob Brown as Mosteller, Walker. All in line. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this one because we know those tires are very torn up and Nashville is prone for a lot of mistakes, and usually when everyone's tires are worn off and someone elects to stay out from what we've seen in times past at NR9 in America, it never goes well, where usually they'll get an EOL penalty. We know the general tire is usually considered a hockey puck. With how old this surface is, it is still very troublesome at times. So we'll go ahead and delay the start again. And I think Frank DeAngelis is going to take care of the 78 Machina Brown. So this has actually allowed some drivers to go and get their laps back. That's Maximilian Bianco trying to sneak on through. And we will now be prepared for the green flag. So Walker, Mosteller, Quill, and Mitchum end up being the fast four once again. Josh Kenny and others back on the inside as we get ready to roll. .40, soon to be 39 laps to go. One caution in this race up to this point. We'll be just past halfway with the start. Toyota and Chevrolet. These two, Mosteller and Walker, have danced multiple times in this race. They'll do it again as we're back green. Full advantage off turn two. Frank DeAngelis underneath Michael Mitchum. Jacob Quill in third. William Schmidt in sixth. Oh, look how loose he got. DeAngelis loses a spot. Up in front of Myers. Inside Delgado. Delgado into Myers. DeAngelis sideways into turns 1 and 2. Comes up and slams into the 24. Multiple drivers wrecking just in front of them. Caution will wave again. Douglas Newbigging. Andres Vades. And Christian Delgado. Watch a replay. Then it was 3 wide. And multiple machines taken out. There's Vades. Watch him. Unfortunate wrecks, leading to yet another restart. Mose, Walker, Quill, and Mitchum, that will be the top 4. Schmidt, Byram, Finnegan, Myers. As we get ready to go green. Mosteller and Walker, row number 1. Quill and Schmidt, row number 2. 32 laps remaining from Nashville. Will in 3rd, Mitchum in 4th. Mose was able to power off once again to get the best of Ada Walker. Byron with Myers. Incident again. Eladon Contreras goes around. Single car spin, let him race. See Mitchum consistently trying to get under Quill. He's there trying to make a move. Lap traffic made it tough. Allows William Schmidt to close in 5th. Quill's been hanging out in P3 and doing a great job of just maintaining pace, right? Sticking with the drivers up in front of him. .3 the difference, 27 coming to 26 to go. Mosteller has led the most laps in this race, 48 of 54. Aiden Walker has 2. Jacob Quill, none. That makes up the top 3. Look how just sideways Quill gets off turn number 4. Walker got up into the outside wall at one point. Vines in 7th, Riker Byram in 6th, P5, William Schmidt. Braden Mumbick back onto the racetrack. Two tenths is very much possible, very doable for a bump and run, and we've seen it before, at least from this standpoint. Aiden Walker is going to have to be smart, consistent, and brave when it matters the most. DeAngelis on the outside, puttering around. He is now 3 laps down. .21 to go. Three tenths of difference. Most is going to try it again to see if he can go back-to-back. We'll have one more race after this at Daytona. Quill in 3rd, Mitchum in 4th. 5th is William Schmidt, Riker Byram, and Jackson Buys. $18 to go. What William Schmidt has been able to do as well to come back was in that initial race a couple months ago where the ARCA Menard Series worked their way to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Kind of had a backup car. Remember, he had it duct taped up because he was going to use the same car from Daytona. Really good cosplay of it. Spinning in front, that may have been Cooper Glick, Finnegan Myers at 12. Three tenths. Walker in the wall. $13 to go. Has been mostly follow the leader since the initial restart. Walker has lost a little bit of time. Let's look for the lap for lap. 4 tenths, 3 tenths, still very much in that range. Jacob Quill now 8 to 9 tenths back. Schmidt P5, Riker Byram, he's not going to have pressure from behind, just a lap traffic. And now Mosteller has to deal with lap traffic. That was Maximilian Bianco. He spun onto pit road. Gavin Austin spins wide. It's allowed Walker to close in. 10 laps to go, and there's still a difference of at least 1 car length from first to second. Jacob Quill, 8 tenths, 7 tenths of difference. Will be 8 to go this time. Walker, can he do it? No, not on that end of the speedway. Trying to gain time. Unsuccessful. Six to go. And then the teams will pack up, head to Daytona for one last race of the night. The winning ways of Mosteller will have an opportunity, if he can indeed do so, within the next 5 laps, see the checkered flag first, to possibly sweep the night of events. From the streets of Chicago to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, a night race at Daytona looms. Walker, Quill, and Mitchum. What they can do, we went from a street course to a short track. 2 races in a city. So now one more race left to be decided, and Daytona Beach will be through to go this time by. Four or 5 tenths. Walker into second, Jacob Quill there in third. 2 to go. A couple cautions in this race, that's what made the difference. The long green flag run and the attrition. Salamanca, 1 to go from Nashville. The Music City has come to life. What will probably go down as the greatest ARCA Menard Series race we have seen, and the 5/8 Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway sees a winner that has won before. Mosteller, 2 for 2 in the night. He gets it done in Nashville. Walker second, Jacob Quill third. And will burn it down, as he does. Christian Delgado was trying to finish the race. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. We get to hear from Mosteller again. Well, I feel like we just chatted, didn't we?
Yeah, we did about an hour ago.
I would say so. Congratulations, win number 2 of the night. Remember when Baker went for the sweep back in 2021? You now could do that tonight.
Super Speedway's next, so I don't think that'll
Oh,
happen.
how many Super Speedway e-tickets have you won?
3.
Okay then. Okay then. It's very much possible. Hey, this race was very clean to start with. Was that kind of a shock for you?
No, not really. Usually it gets hectic towards the end.
But this is Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Like, how many times have we had races at Nashville where they just seem to not want to get off of each other?
Yeah, but the lappers at the end, in the second half, they were wrecking everywhere, but it made it a lot of fun navigating through it. So I felt like that was an element to it that made it really fun. But it's a challenge to pass here, so I knew that once I got the lead on lap 1, as long as I didn't make a big goof up, I was gonna be fine.
All right, and it showed like you did not make a big goof up at all. I love calling races here on the sim as well as in person. What is it like driving here?
It's a very fun track to drive. I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it from the very beginning when I first got this track. This track was the first in our race that I won on a non-super speedway, so it is a pretty special track to me. But yeah, it's really fun to drive, and I think if you asked any other person that was racing, they would say the same thing.
All right, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
We'll keep you in here. Yes, we will discuss what happened with Jacob Brown. For the ones that do not know, Nashville Fairground Speedway is an old, worn-out surface. Is a cheese grater. Just because the general attire is a hockey puck does not mean the wear gets crazy. We did have a long green flag run before a caution comes out. We have been doing this for a couple years now. And Mosteller, how many times have we let a lap car, not want to say a lap car, a driver that was not running to the front, stay out on a strategy that everybody knew was not going to work, and he ended up tearing up the field? You know it. Did we lose him? We may have lost, actually.
He might be deafened.
He may be deafened indeed. Walker knows exactly what I'm talking about, though. At the end of the day, it is immense. It happens consistently. So we did have a rule in place since the last time the Daytona car tomorrow situation happened, where the second we know a strategy is not going to work and it could tear up the field, we elect to L1 that driver. If that driver does not want to listen to the L1, it usually turns into an L5 for the betterment of the stream, because multiple times we've had great races ruined because of strategies that we knew were not going to work. And then even if there's like an off chance that we think it could work, we'll obviously go, hey, yeah, sit on by. But when you have over 40 laps to go, long green flag run, and then someone elects to stay out knowing there's still 40 laps to go, and everyone else just pit on a short track, it's going to happen. It will most definitely happen, because it's happened at Bristol, it's happened at Martinsville, it's happened at Daytona, a super speedway, believe it or not. It's happened just about everywhere. So, not a new rule, but just a refresher and reminder for the ones that are racing. Yes, you can get L1 if the strategy seemed to be uncharacteristically good and could affect the betterment and the enjoyment of every driver racing as well. Because one slip up of the car, you tear them up, there's a huge issue. And we'd rather just L1 you than have to blacklist you. That's usually how it all works. Walker, how are you?
Pretty good. Kind of fortunate to start pole and then lose the lead early on, which just tracks very big foul track position, but it was fun racing with Demos for those first few laps. Bless you!
Holy cow.
They didn't hear that, Walker. I muted just before I did it. Yes. And you're back in Nashville. And you guys to go back to Nashville. Is that pretty cool?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Of course, last time I had a shot. Did I finish second to you last time, Demos?
Yeah, I think you did.
I just this time it wasn't off tire drive evening, so yeah, it's just very heavy track position track when the caution happened. I mean, it was going to be mainly about that race off pit road, then kind of getting off pit road. So at that point, I just kind of knew, unless I pull some Hail Mary move, it's not going to really do much. So yeah, just on that final restart and that entire final run, just putting up my rear tires and just trying to get up to him.
Do you want to point out the session is up? We're going to bring it back to our studios here in Nashville, Tennessee. I just wonder if every single driver and viewer is wondering, you know, what was that sneeze like? It was pretty loud. I couldn't believe I just sneezed. I was like, oh, I hope I can go in and get to that mute button. So let's go ahead and break the fourth wall a little bit. In broadcasting, for the ones that are wondering why you don't hear me cough or sneeze, or, you know, if I have to stop and take a sip of water, which I usually don't drink water in the middle of a broadcast, in person we have a cough button. So it's really just sitting right here. And sometimes in the middle of the races, like when I do the Jeg Store with Zach Heiser, we just go back and forth, almost radio style, because that's how CRA likes their races called. Almost in a radio style, with it being a single camera show, more detail from the on-air talent, and mainly because there's less camera loops and less camera angles for the viewers. So there has been times, literally, I will call a race, you know, I'll say, Chase Pinsono down into turn 4. I'll go ahead and hit it and go, like, just exactly like that. I'll keep it muted right before my co-commentator, Zach Heiser, gets ready to come to the end, and then, boom, hit the button, and we're back calling it, and you never even notice. And sometimes he'll do it, too. You just go, Now, unfortunately, my cough button is different here. It's virtual, and it's on my second monitor that's right over here. This is actually where I'm looking at my screen. And then we do have the camera front and center. Sometimes in the e-tickets, if Jarrett has to cough or myself, we have to move the microphone and look over, cover our mouth, and go, and I still think you possibly heard that. So, but usually we have the cars so loud you wouldn't be able to hear it anyways. But just breaking the fourth wall for the ones that are wondering and are very interested on how we can sneeze, how we can cough. And it's funny because when I hit my cough button and I do the interviews, the drivers still hear it. And sometimes they'll go, are you okay? You know, but very rarely do I sneeze. It's just more or less that time I was going to have a big sneeze. And I think one time I interviewed, I think it was Lane Sanders, where I had to cough, like a lot. My voice was just getting dry, and you just needed to get it going, you know what I mean? We got to get the stuff out of the pipes. Let's go. I started coughing, and then Lane was like, you okay? Which is pretty funny. Just wanted to go ahead and break that fourth wall all for you. Demos, pickup trucks. Where's William Schmidt? This is Schmitty moment. Schmidt, you're the main reason we changed it from modern-day trucks to pickup.
Hello,
Do you know that? You're the reason why we changed it?
Yeah, I made a comment saying that I got the Chris Fontaine truck.
And I wanted to see the Chris Fontaine truck. Do you have the Chris Fontaine truck?
I got the Chris Fontaine truck.
Good. Because it's going to be really sad if we did not see that Chris Fontaine truck tonight.
Oh, yeah. I was even telling Andreas, like, I'm borrowing the 84 for this race.
Good. That's nice. Anyone else? Any throwbacks? Can we just talk about how Cube Designs is going to be, like, the greatest designer when he gets older? And what he's been able to just design recently, he's going to be a great t-shirt designer from retro merch. I just can't wait to see what he's going to do. He made I think it's a Mike Skinner throwback shirt. There's some work that needs to be done on it still, but it's like, oh my gosh, this is sick. I'll put this on a t-shirt. So shout out to him, man. Pretty cool guy. I love the retro designs. We've been talking about it for a little while. I have a Dale Senior shirt that I found out that I possibly got the last large of. Pretty cool shirt. I have 2 Mark Martin shirts, the One Hot Night one from 1998. And I also have... What else do I have in there? I think I have something. We're going to have Bump Day at 43 Trucks, by the way. And I have his 1993 7 NASCAR wins in a row from all the divisions. And it is pretty neat. Like, I like that one a lot. So, anybody else have any cool NASCAR merch? Who got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch shirt?
They did not have it at Pocono, unfortunately.
Really?
No.
So I have this Dale Jr. Speedway Classic shirt. I accidentally ordered an extra large, and I wanted a large, and it kind of looks like a dress on me. And I'm about to return it because it also has the new Era patch on the side. I didn't like that. I feel like that kind of just took away from it. Like, I'm looking at this, and like, yeah, it actually fits pretty well. It's an extra large, minus the fact, like, the bottom part looks like a dress. And I'm like, man, this would be so cool as a large. It'd be so cool if it didn't have the new Era. So I'm almost willing to say I'm going to try to exchange it and see if I can, like, unsew the new Era part out. Just because it looks... The design is really sick. I just don't know why it says New Era on the side. Minus the fact that, yes, I know, the shirt's probably branded and, you know, made by New Era. But I don't know. I don't know if I could wear that out now. Still a really cool design, though. Anybody have any opinions on that? There's 4 people in this chat and nobody's talking. Unbelievable. You know what? We're gonna have to bring in the big guns. That's it.
I mean, I got a JJ Yaley shirt coming in. That's
pretty cool. We're gonna reshuffle some people. I need Truhl in here. We'll put Schmidt back. I'm gonna get Riker in here. And now I know the talking's not gonna stop. Let's get Spencer Burns in here as well. And is Braden Movick here, or did he get off? I'm pretty sure he went off. Okay, you guys are now on the live stream. Hello. I want to get some chatting, and those other drivers weren't chatting. Ramos. There we go. How are you, Spency?
Pretty good so far. I'm not doing any of your events tonight, but
I'm
having a good night myself. Well, I didn't really have ownership of the first 2 combos. I didn't have the ARCA car, and I didn't have the Chicago Street Course, so that was an issue.
But pickup cup at Daytona.
Well, the issue is I heard you're doing the old truck, and I just kind of lost interest right away. Unfortunately,
okay. Not an older guy, not a fan of that.
Well, it's just not my cup of tea. I'll let the young guys go at it, you know.
Okay.
They're hungry for it.
There you
go. Get a win.
We got about 60 trucks in here. So what is like your cup of tea then?
Well, if I was gonna say if maybe let all 60 of them race, and I would have showed up.
No, we're not doing that. But it's insane how many people are still showing up for these races. Like, we have a lot of guys. We had a lot of people for Nashville Fairground Speedway. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, man, check out the B car, the Xfinity car at Super Speedway. It's a great package right now, actually.
Is it actually? Because I heard it was not.
I had fun with it at Atlanta, at least. I don't know about the other tracks.
Did they update it? I'm guessing.
Apparently, compared to the last couple seasons, yes. It kind of drives like a hybrid of the Gen 6 and the next gen. But it still has characteristics of the old package, like kind of like the 2x2 racing kind of way.
All right. Well,
you know what I'm talking about?
That's pretty cool. We're gonna go to Zachary Trull. Trull, what have you been up to?
Life's really been getting in the way. Just work. But so this will be my first iRace in quite a while. So I'm excited. Really happy to be here tonight.
We will lower the field down to 43. Do want to go ahead and point that out. Hey, there's nothing wrong with work. You know what I mean? You're going out. You got any games to go to soon?
I just got to kind of see if it fits in with my schedule because, you know, like I said, it's been real busy, and one of the jobs I have has been kind of an on-call job. So I did get to go check out a Phillies minor league game when I was in Pennsylvania for the Pocono race last week. It was pretty awesome.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, anytime I get to a Phillies game, it's, you know, I'm definitely going to more. Just not exactly sure when, but always watching them on TV, always following them. And,
I haven't been the one this season yet.
I gotta go, man.
You have a 1998 Bobby Labonte jacket? I may need to see that. Send that to the Discord.
I think it says a lot that Zach, in his free time, comes to your events, Jonathan. Comes to these IDK player sessions. It says a lot about your product.
I love Zachary Trull. I can't wait to see Zachary Trull again in person. Zach, are you going back to Daytona next year?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. That one truck race, it was over.
Yeah. No, I look forward to going there again and seeing all you guys again. That was really, really cool. And just the whole weekend was phenomenal. And I said to myself, there's no way I can't come back next year. Unless something like drastic happens, I'm definitely going back.
I don't know, Zach. Just looking at the package and how they race with the fuel saving, I said I don't care.
We do not care.
Totally fix that.
In person, we do not care.
Listen, the Daytona 500 is a Daytona 500, and there's a lot of races that take place that weekend, and I enjoy every minute of it.
Keep speaking, King. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'll tell you this. I said this earlier in the broadcast. When we went to Daytona this year, I was like, these guys could be puttering around at 50 miles per hour. I do not care. I'm just so glad to be in Daytona around the greatest race fans in the world, you know, hanging out, having already a great weekend. It was awesome. Like, literally, next year, we could be rained out against... Oh, I really don't want another rain out. I'm not going to lie. The rain outs
I don't think so.
The rain delays, I don't have an issue with. A night Daytona 500, because of rain, unique. But...
Monday night.
I mean, I've had now 2 Monday night Daytona 500s, and they're cool. But it's just like, okay, I like to get it in on the day.
You miss a lot of the crowd if you do it on Monday.
Yeah, that's the problem. It
takes
hurts
a
the
lot of
experience.
I got to remember to bring a hoodie because I was in a t-shirt, shorts the entire day, and I was absolutely freezing my butt off.
Yeah, 60 degrees in Florida is not what you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was in the 400 level too, so that wind was whipping up there.
I'll tell you this right now. I mean, we were pretty prepared for this year's Daytona 500, but the 24 Daytona 500 got delayed to the next day because they canned it so early that everybody came back. Like, quite literally, everybody came back. It was great.
Yeah, I think that was a good thing. You know, if you can get people to go, I mean, that's what you want. You want to pack it for the Daytona 500. Yeah. It's only one of the greatest races on the planet. You know, say what you want about all that other stuff. It's an awesome event.
It is. And trust me, I do. I mean, I was happy that I enjoyed that Gen 6 aero package with the Wicker Bull. on the top of the spoiler when it mattered. You know what I mean? When most people were like, oh, no, it needs to be improved and this like that. Like, no, I was like, no, this is going to be the greatest Super Speedway package ever. In my opinion, that still will go down as the greatest Super Speedway package ever. But there's just something about the next gen at Daytona, dude. I know people like are very anti-next gen at super speedways, minus Atlanta, because Atlanta was a great race. But I'm telling you, when you see a next gen in a group of cars at Daytona with the lights glowing on them, nothing else matters. Not at that moment. I'm telling you, too good.
Every minute of that race was great. I thought this was one of the best Daytona 500s in years, and I'm not saying that because I was there. I mean, it was very fun to watch.
It was so fun to watch. Riker Byron, what do you think?
Best thing about Talladega, man.
Heck yeah! Riker's going back to Daytona.
I'm just wondering, what's your guys' opinions on the Talladega Spring Race in comparison to the 500?
It's nothing.
We're Talladega Fall fans. We're Talladega Fall fans.
I'll be there Wednesday until Monday, so.
We still got to figure that out. Well, I mean, we're figuring it out little by little, but I need to figure out scheduling. But yes, I am a Talladega Fall fan. Even though there's more people in attendance. There's more people in attendance for the spring. There's something about Talladega Fall to me that just kind of
for the playoff race, maybe a little crisp air, a little fall air, maybe a little breeze. But I have heard the spring race is better for the infield events. By like 5.
It's mainly because all the college football fans go in the spring versus the fall.
Is that the only difference, really?
I think that's a big difference in attendance too, because Alabama is still good. Auburn is okay. Well, Auburn's Auburn, but you know Georgia is doing well. That does make a difference in the attendance. The SEC.
College football season.
Yep. All right, boys. I'll drag y'all back. Good luck.
Goodbye, John.
Thank you.
We're getting ready to go green. One more race. Don't you guys love these TED Talks with these drivers? Get to hear from them all, get to chat. We got to do that a whole lot more. It's the second time we've done it, and it has been overly successful. The Truck Series is here and ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and go Legacy Truck Racing from the World Center of Racing as we light the fuse. Page, Horley, Walker, Newbigging. That is the Fast Four as they work their way down the super stretch. Cortines, Buys, Lane Sanders, and Chase Crawl. Crawl from 9th. Behind him, you got Boyer and Quill. Packed up to the trial, Little lead lap 1. River Page on the inside and the number 24. Top side, Frank Horley in 12. Page leads lap 1. The difference between Page's 41 and 24, his sim stamp number. River Page is elected to make his sim stamp number 41 versus his Trading Paint Pro number as 24. That's why it looks the way it does. That is always customized for the e-ticket, where you'll always have the correct number on the left side pylon. Zachary Truhl in 11th, now up to 10th. Trouble sideways, William Schmidt gets onto the apron and gets turned around. Daniel Moss, stellar, just narrowly avoids in the caution will wave. Five truck, and that is Davian Tobin. And we'll be putting on a pit row. Let's see a replay. I actually started with that. I believe it is the 69 of Frank DeAngelis turning a machine sideways. And bringing the caution out. Let's watch again. Frank DeAngelis, John Ramos, what happened?
Is that on me?
I believe the 7 got in front of you and you did jack up the tailgate.
Well, he wasn't clear, so I was going full throttle into the corner. He chopped my nose and he got lifted. I didn't even think I hit him. He came down and went up so fast, and that's when he spun Schmidt out.
Well, caution comes out. Earlier he has the truck. Is it destroyed?
All I know is I got aero damage. I'm gonna go out of the truck and see if I actually caused that. I don't think I did. Like, he's not gonna spin out if he's clear, so I'm gonna take a look at it.
All right. Well, how's your night going?
Fairly good. Chicago Street, I wasn't there for a single restart. Still got a top 10 from it.
There you go.
Fairgrounds I got in 10 wreck by Finnegan Myers, so, you know, you win some, you lose some.
All right. And now you're here at Daytona. So what's this hearing that you're going to Coke Zero so all the Frank DeAngelis fans can go ahead and meet up with you?
More like assassination attempt.
Assassinate? No, that will not happen.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Chopped my nose. I bumped him and checked up and just couldn't take a push. Judging that he's in a Hendrick car, he's not really up there.
All right.
I will take partial responsibility because obviously I'm the truck hitting him that's causing this. I will take partial responsibility on that and partially apologize.
Partially apologize.
And I'm already in the back, and I kicked him because he went bowling trying to wreck me under caution. Got a few other people involved before you even hit me, so.
All right. Well, we're gonna get ready for the restart. Any questions? Anything you want to say before we? Oh, we should have gone one to go here.
Probably.
We should have gone one to go here. That we're now doing an extra lap for no reason. Aye. Well, we'll get the one to go this time. What do you want to say to the viewers?
Hello. Like the stream for another race. Hope everyone had a great day. And hope everyone has a great tomorrow.
All right. Good luck.
Go Dino.
And that is Frank DeAngelis. Xander McKinney, how is things?
Just sitting at the back right now, so just making sure that everybody knows what they're doing before we head out.
All right, 26 laps to go. We'll have it at 25 this time by an early caution, kind of impeding things. Do you think more is to come?
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
We don't run these cars very often, so I mean, I expect the worst.
Really?
It's a little, I mean, for these cars especially, judging by
All right, well, we'll get ready for the restart. Good luck.
Thank you.
Xander McKinney, we got to him. Who else? You know what? How about Doug? Doug is the new beginning. New beginning.
Hello.
How are you?
We're doing great.
All right, new beginning. You're sitting there in fourth. What's it going to take?
We're gonna have to push, do a little push in here. Probably gonna wait till the end to probably do something. Realistically speaking, these cars seem like there's not too much, I don't think there's gonna be a third lane coming up here, so just kind of just manage my temps until the end and make a move.
Make a move. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
That is Douglas Newbigging. He actually, Doug, wait. Didn't you win a race recently?
Yep.
In person?
Yeah, I won a big money race at Bridgeport.
Oh yeah.
And I won at New Egypt.
Did you like my Instagram comment?
I did. That was very kind of you, Jim.
Okay. Mikey L. Ford was not very nice in my comment, but I thought the Gronk.
Really? I heard about that. Yeah. That guy, dude. What's up with that guy?
Not happy. Douglas Newbigging ready to go great. Congratulations on his win. Money Racing, dirt side, doing well. Chevrolets lead us to green. 25 to go from Daytona. Page, Walker, Horley, top three. Trouble. Lane Sanders turns sideways right in the middle of the field. And we'll bring the caution out for a second time. Delayed start, and then a quick reaction. Sanders turned sideways. You saw it again. Let's watch the replay. 75. Taking 3 wide. And right up in the lane. Mosteller with damage. Sanders, what happened?
He turned left. You can see it on the replay right there. He turned left. He had no clue we were 3-1. I don't know why we were 3 on the restart anyways. Someone shut me out of that. I can't hear him talking. I just got intent wrecked. I just got intent wrecked. John, I didn't even cause that wreck. So it's like...
Who intent wrecked you?
That would be Josh Kenyon. And now Frank is here to wreck me too. So, they're all wusses. Every single one of them. Y'all know who you are.
All right, well, we're going to watch back on the replay. We're going to go ahead and kind of see what happened when it did occur. What did you say happened?
I got put 3 on the restart. I held middle line, and the dude above me just turned down in the corner like I wasn't there. It's like I wasn't really anything I could do. It's like I was letting him go. I mean, I thought he knew we were 3, so I just held middle. It's like you can see it there, the line, the seam in the corner, and then he just turned straight down. You can tell by the seam that's in the center of the corner.
Well, they kind of all happened fairly quickly, and you mentioned 3 wide. How'd you guys get 3 wide? I'm surprised you're not the 86. That's kind of deceiving because I thought the 86 for a moment was you.
No, it was I have this Spears I have this Spears truck. I don't know. Trust me, oh my god.
You okay?
They're talking. Yeah, no, they're talking in the they're talking in the chat right now, but yeah, no, that was absolutely not my fault. Like, the replay is quite clear. We got the truck fixed, so we're just gonna, if I don't get intent wrecked here in a minute, we'll
get ready to try it again.
Yeah, but it seems the I wouldn't say commentators, Chris. Every time you interview me, Johnson, bad. It seems like we'll see.
Oh, it is kind of interesting how that, I guess, all comes down together. But, you know, you're getting ready for a restart. That's what counts right here. Good luck. Still got the truck rolling in the right direction.
Yeah, we'll hopefully actually go nice for a change tonight. I watched Chicago. That didn't go well, and yeah, it was stupid. And then I started painting for Van Drugman, getting him a body armor scheme put together for WB. I'm sure he would really like it.
Ooh, I can't wait for that one. In the 12, that's going to be sick.
Oh yeah, and then we got, and then I saw this. This was still Josh. I saw that crap. And then yeah, I saw this was coming up, and I decided to jump in and see what we could do.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, John.
That is Lane Sanders. Always interesting interviewing Lane because, you know, when the second something happens on the track and he sees it, he always reacts to it in a very interestingly way. Unfortunately involved in an incident that, well, took a lot of trucks out of this race. Remember, we started with 43. We are still well over 28, at least 30 even trucks still rolling. So 22 laps to go. Didn't get much racing in, and we'll see if we can now get it fired in the right direction. '22 will be 21 laps to go. River Page, Frank Horley will lead us down to the restart zone, and we'll get ready to try it again. Truck racing from Daytona is always exciting. Pat Green for the World Center of Racing. Quickly, single file inside part of the track. One sliding, now make it two sliding. Below the WO line, we stay green. Page blocks Horley. Horley tries the other way around. Page still keeps the tailgate on the nose of turn 3. Walker, LeBombard, New Bigging, Jackson Carr, Ace Vito. Page is going to get turned if he continues to block that way. Horley gets to the bottom. And with 19 laps to go on the board, it's Frank Horley leading us to turn 1. Now hold it there at 20 to go. 19 next time by, 3 wide. That's where they sit. It's the battle for 6. Davis, New Bigging, and Mubbock. Oh, trouble! Page tries to clear and he's around. Caution is out again. Let's see it. Watch River Page in the 24. Not even close to being clear. Takes out Douglas, New Bigging, and others. Something was going to happen with how he was blocking Horley. Move for Walker. Cut down in front. So the caution waves yet again, and now 18 to go. We've had a long, extensive cautions with not too much racing. And we'll get ready to try it all again. Let's go hear from some drivers. Hayden Walker, you saw it all unfold.
Yeah, I was just trying to back up a run on Bean there, and then behind me, I was thinking River was probably gonna make an aggressive move and things, but then I think he was slightly up, and then Doug went for a move through the middle, and yeah, that kind of did not go well. So it looks like this is probably gonna be another truck race where me and Bean are gonna work together, which, I mean, that's how we always are. We usually work together pretty well with each other. No matter what car, if it's a super speedway, we're relatively good with each other.
All right, well, getting ready for yet another restart. A lot of incidents in this race. You're probably going to restart with 16 to go. Do you think we'll get any green flag runs?
I mean, maybe if we can work on getting it a little bit cleaner, because with the runs you get with this, it's actually kind of insane. So, I mean, if you can be smart with the runs, I mean, it's usually landlocked, that's the thing, so you kind of have to be smart with how you build those runs.
All right, well, let's get ready to go ahead and have a restart. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we'll go ahead and chime in, hopefully, with Frank Corley here in just a matter of moments. Corley, John Ramos, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
You got a lot of races still have to go, and there's been a lot of cautions. How have you kept it away?
Yeah, this has been a bit of a mess so far, but you know, I qualified second. I'm usually not going to qualify at these sort of ways these days, but yeah, I qualified up front, and you know, all the wrecks happen behind me, so it's pretty easy to avoid on the front.
All right, going to be a fun restart with these drivers lining up 2 by 2. Have you been able to learn anything with this truck at all?
It's okay, you know. Push is all right. You know, it's just your average car, you know. You know what I did today?
What'd you do?
I just got home from watching the F1 movie.
Okay, how was it?
Pretty good. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you guys should go watch it. It's a good movie. Brad Pitt's a good actor.
Okay. Well, might have to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna have to be like Bean and go ahead and watch the F1 movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I got Jeff Avocado pushing me.
Jeff Avocado. So we think his last name is Ace Vito.
But yeah, he's actually in the Discord call, and we were discussing it, and then I got dragged in. But I'm gonna call him Jeff Avocado.
All right. Is it actually Ace Vito? Because I know I'm positive.
I think it's like Acevedo, he said.
Acevedo. Okay, thank you. That sounds so much better. I was struggling with that name. Acevedo. Yeah. Good. Is he a cool
Jeff
dude?
Acevedo.
Let's ask him real quick. Hey, your last name's Acevedo, right?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Okay, for sure. Confirmed. Guys, his name is Acevedo. We now for sure know.
Yeah. We'll see. He's going to be pushing me here, so let's see what we can do.
All right, good luck. Frank Corley ready to go in his machine. Acevedo with Hayden Walker, Lamabard. Ready to rock and roll just one more time. 16 laps to go from Daytona. Trucks wrecking in the back lane. Sanders, Eladon Contreras. Wrecking again. Multiple trucks. Back with Alexander Balderas. It's taken out and the caution comes out again. What on earth is going on? And barely get any racing in. Let's take a look. with 15 to go. We're under the gun again. Mavic, how did he sneak through it? Just by going low. Slowing down, getting ready for what would be another restart, but pit road is wide open, and we have lost the majority of the field because of this. And because of time constraints, because we don't know when the time will run out, we're going to get the one to go here. So Walker, Horley, LeBombard with Mentz, Acevedo, Hansen, Mavic, and Davis. They'll get ready to ride. Jackson buys Keith Ingram, and now Lane Sanders has exited the premises. So, lights off on top of the pace car. Let's go to interview the newcomer and hear exactly what he has to say. Acevedo. Said it right, correct?
Yes, he did.
All right, newcomer to NR. How's the race going, even though there's not been a lot of racing?
It is going swimmingly right now. Going to that giant wreck in the grass along with Frank and the others. I am having a blast right now, dude.
What is it like hanging out with him in a group chat?
I have so many voices in that group chat, I can't even hear myself think. I'm just throwing caution to the wind here, and I have no idea how I'm in fifth right now.
Well, we're getting ready for a restart. You could possibly go to victory lane. What do you think?
Honestly, no chance. I'm gonna get wrecked up on the
Oh, don't say that.
That's the best case scenario if I do win, but realistically, I'm gonna get drafted.
Well, we know we're getting ready for a restart for you, an opportunity to win. Good luck.
Thank you.
Acevedo lines up with others. Walker and Horley. We're back green. Walker inside. LeBombard trying to give a help. Outside lane. Horley has company. Darwin Metz. 3 wide. Top and around he goes. Hansen and company. Involved in the melee wreck in the back. We stay green. Aiden Walker, Jeff Acevedo. Darwin Mintz. They're third, they're fourth. Frank D'Angelo 7th, Jackson Byes, Delgado, William Schmidt, David Johnson in 12th, trying to make something work, and they're saying let him ride. Mavic up to 4th. It looks like Mosteller will not go 3 in a row. 11 to go this time. See Frank on the outside. He's going to get company. Mavic down to the inside, calls back in line. Walker, LeBombard. No big change, coming to 10 to go. We might as well just have them race, and these are the trucks that are going to be left in contention. Mintz in the 4th spot, DeAngelis in 6th. Move to the outside, 3 wide, they try it again. Spinning towards the back, never mind. 9 to go from Daytona. Movic in the middle. And Frank is trying to get something rolling, trying to get something moving. That's 3rd lane on the outside. Acevedo. Lined up with him. Buys in 4th. Trouble Acevedo off the nose of Braden Movic. Gets it into the grass. We stay green. Keith Ingram. Pulls his way up out of the way. Walker leads. Will be coming to 7 to go this time. The question is also going to be about time, and we got 6 minutes left. They're going to have to make a move. They're going to have to make a move soon. Walker 93, down off turn number 4. DeAngelis on the outside, gets a shove from the 3. 7 to go. And you're not seeing double. LeBombard and Buys are 2nd and 3rd. Movic and Horley sit 4th and 5th. In a line, Movic to the outside. Does it force Horley with the move? No, it doesn't. 6 to go. Darwin Mentz. Somewhat waiting in the wake. Outside lane and Movic being pushed by Frank Horley. And we'll be 5 to go this time by. LeBombard in 2nd. 5 to go. Gets shoved wide. Horley 3 wide, now tucks in line. And all that work by the 42 goes out the door. Buys and Horley 3rd and 4th. 4 to go. And you're also looking at time, right? How much time is left on the board? 3 minutes. Malvik 7th. Has had a drop back. He's with Kingsley and Schmidt. 9 drivers with a shot to win at Daytona. Three to go, this time by Iladon Contreras. Lined up 2 by 2. Malvik to the inside, lined up with the 3 immense. Mintz. Holding on, locked traffic. Gavin Austin. Stuck in the middle. 2 to go this time. DeAngelis is up to 8th. And more trucks surrounding from behind. Trouble! LeBombard around. But there wouldn't be time for an overtime, so we stay green. We do the caution now, the race will be official. With the lack of time remaining in the session. Malvik in lane 2. Horley right with him. Braden Malvik from 7th to the lead. Walker into the 42. 3 wide now middle. This race is going to be official. Salamanca, 1 to go from Daytona. LeBombard leads. Horley to the outside. And we've seen that 12 go to victory lane at Daytona before. Walker P2. Crossover shuffle to the inside. Picks up the 23. It's Malvik with the 12. It's LeBombard with Walker. Walker sideways into Horley. Wrecking, spinning, turns 3 and 4. This is the finish. LeBombard will hold off Frank DeAngelis to see his first win at Daytona. He does it from the world's center of racing. Kingsley 3rd. Schmidt finishing 4th. And that's how it ends. Well, nonetheless, a fun night. Now in the books. A wild, chaotic Daytona. Pinky up for the first 2 races, and we'll be back next week. Area on Monday night. With Enter Night in America on Tuesday. We hope you all enjoyed the racing. And we can't wait to see you back. If you enjoy, feel free to subscribe and notifications on, because this would not be possible without you all. Enter Night in America, feeling victories all year long. I'm John Ramos saying so long from Daytona International Speedway. Once again, Enter Night in America next Tuesday, with Monday being the Area Cup Series. Have a great rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen.